What is going on, everyone? My name is Under the Radar, and welcome back to the PPL battles. This is against Shroom Raver and the Parasect Germain. I'm sorry that this is on Showdown, but Shroom had some serious trouble getting his DS connected to his internet. It would not connect at all. So realistically, we had no other choice but to do it on Showdown. I do apologize. However, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I already had the final battle of the season. That is on Wi-Fi, so no need to fret. At least the final battle will be the regular Wi-Fi setting. Now, the teams that you are looking at, you should already know my team, but if you do not know my team, I'll go over a quick rundown of what I'm bringing. I'm bringing a Choice Banded Infernape, a mixed defensive Rhydon with Roar, a fully specially offensive Garchomp with Poison Jab to hit the Sylveon. I don't know why it's saying encoder overload. Like, could you just chill? Okay, sorry about that. I have a speedy Electros with a little bit of special attack investment and a lot of HP investment. Physically defensive Amoonguss that's basically going to be death fodder if the Crocodile comes, which as you can see it did not. And a Spadef, a little bit offensive Reuniclus. Looking at his team and what he brought a a lot of pink things. I like pink things. He also brought a lot of purple things. I like purple things. And then he brought one red thing, and red is my favorite color. So I guess that's something cool, right? He he brought the Wheezing, which instantly I knew what it was the second I saw it. It was going to be the physical check, the physical wall check to check my Garchomp. I see Mesprit, and that is his only Stealth Rocker that he brought, so I instantly knew that that thing would be a lead with Stealth Rocks, but I was a little bit worried that it would be Life Orb. Sylveon's Calm Mind, I know it straight away. Scizor, I'm fearing it to be SD, but I'm not completely sure. And then Tornadus is just a super freaking scary threat as it is. I really had no idea what he was going to lead with. I figured it would be the Mesprit to hopefully get up his rocks, but let's go ahead and hop into the game. So as you can see, he does lead off with his Mesprit as I lead off with my Electros. If he's uninvested in speed, which he is, I will outspeed it. Let me turn this down to slow. So as you can see, he is completely uninvested in speed. He gets his rocks up, and that's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't have hazard removal, but I don't really care. I go for the Thunderbolt, find out that he is fully specially defensive. That's kind of important because I really need to get up rocks so that I can start chipping it away. He is going to U-turn out and go into his Sinatra, which is the Sylveon. So right here, I'm actually going to go into my Amoonguss. There is a specific reason that I was going into Amoonguss, and that's because I can wall this thing pretty well unless he has Psyshock with Calm Mind. He goes for the Wish right away, and it kind of sort of worried me. I was a little worried he would go into his Mesprit and try to heal it up, so I just went for the safe Toxic. I went for Toxic right here, and that was mainly to force him to Heal Bell if he had it. So now that his Tornadus is paralyzed, is toxic, it's going to be worn down pretty quickly, especially if I can get rocks up later on as well. I'm going to go into my Reuniclus, and he is going to miss his first Hurricane. That sucks a lot because I would have done a lot of damage to my Reuniclus, and I would have lost a massive check to his special threats. He is in fact going to switch out and go back into his Sylveon. Ultimately, I wish I had Psyshock for this thing, but I don't. I have Psychic, and it's doing about 27%. That shows me that he's actually a little bit mixed defensive, maybe, because that did a little bit more damage than what I thought it should. I'm going to go into my Rhydon expecting him to Calm Mind, which he does, which is awesome. I can live a +1 Hyper Voice no matter what. So, as you can see, I live it pretty well, and I get to go for the Roar, which is awesome. And I'm actually going to roar him out into his Wheezing. This Wheezing cannot kill me with anything unless it's like a Hidden Power Water, so here I get up my free rocks as he's going to switch into his Mesprit. Now, Mesprit cannot kill me from this range unless he has Energy Ball or anything like that, so I'm just going to stay in and get more chip damage off on this Mesprit as he decides to go for the knockoff and knock off my Violite, which ultimately I don't really care. I'm kind of sort of sacking this thing off as it is anyway. It basically did his job. Forced his Sylveon to not set up Calm Minds, and he weakened his Mesprit, and he put his Sylveon in range of Choice Banded Flare Blitz. So he's going to get rocks damage as he goes back into Sylveon, and like I said, he's in range of Choice Banded Flare Blitz, so I have no problem just letting my Rhydon go down here. Now that Rhydon is down, I kind of am in a little bit of a pickle because I don't want to send in Infernape. So I go into my Garchomp because if you notice, hold on real quick, let me pause it. if you noticed, we have not seen an item yet on his Sylveon, so it kind of got me worried that he was the Poison Berry to live a Poison Jab from Garchomp, which could have been a little bit problematic, so I wanted to go into my Garchomp and then pull a double into another Mon just to see if he would switch or stay in, knowing he could live a Poison Jab. So I'm going to go into my Amoonguss, as he is in fact going to switch out, and he is going to go into his Weezing. So this tells me that this is his instant check, and that's kind of good for me, because if I can get off a Flamethrower on this thing now that he's taken Stealth Rocks, he dies to a Draco. So right here, I'm going to stay in, I'm sorry, I think I switch out here. I think I go into my Reuniclus, right? No, I go for the Hidden Power Fire because I wanted to get some damage off on the Weezing just to be safe. And now, his Tornadus is looking to be in a very tough spot. I'm going to switch out here and go into my Reuniclus, because it's basically my main check to this thing right now, as he's going to go for another Hurricane, and he misses. That's the second miss on Hurricane. That is terrible. He misses a third Hurricane. Guys, this Hax lost Shroom the game. Right then and there. Okay, the second that he missed that third Hurricane, he lost the game. Because Reuniclus does not die to anything aside from Scizor, and I still have some pretty good answers to Scizor in the back. Everything I have left has fire coverage, can take it down pretty easily. There's just so much that he needed those Hurricanes to hit to take down this Reuniclus. Those Hurricanes lost him the game. And as Shroom being an amazing friend of mine, I felt so freaking bad for those Hurricanes. We were in a call. I had everybody else muted, and they could hear me, and they could hear Shroom, and all I could say for probably a good 15 turns after this was how sorry I was, that it was terrible, and that I don't feel right, I'm sick to my stomach. Those three Hurricanes it ruined how I felt about this game. However, I needed to stay focused because my relegation spot is still on the line. So he's going to go into his Scizor, and I can die from a Bug Bite from this range, so I have to go into my main quote-unquote check, which is my Amoonguss. I can weaken this thing severely with a Hidden Power Fire. If he Swords Dance and double Swords Dances right here, I could potentially lose the game. He's going to go for one Bug Bite. It does 45%, so after Black Sledge Recovery, I know I can live one more. The max roll is like 47%. So he's going to go for a Bug Bite again, as I go for the Hidden Power Fire, and I get off a good 50%. So right now he can Roost Off, but I'm going to be doing about 50% no matter what to this thing, so it's kind of sort of a losing battle if he wants to try to Roost Off this damage. If I just stay in and keep clicking Hidden Power Fire, I will end up getting a crit, I will end up getting high rolls, things will not go well for Shroom, so his best play is just to take out my Amoonguss. Now that he has taken out Amoonguss, I'm kind of sort of feeling that he is not max speed. However, I do just want to play it safe, and I want to go into my Garchomp, because at this rate, Garchomp gets a kill. If I go for Flamethrower, he goes into his Pork and Beans. He knows I have Flamethrower. He knows that this is going to do a decent amount of damage to him. However, he does not know that now he's in range of a Draco Meteor. And Garchomp with Draco Meteor is awesome. I love the fact that I killed the one check he had to Garchomp with Garchomp. So now he's going to go into his Sylveon. The roll for this Poison Jab is 49% minimum, so I go for the Poison Jab and I kill the Sylveon. 2 kills in a row right with Garchomp. That was what I wanted this Garchomp to do originally. So now he's going to go into his Jellicent, and I'm just going to basically make the switch that I have to make and go into my Electros. If he wants to Scald me, burn me, that's fine. If he wants to Will-O-Wisp me, that's fine. If he wants to Toxic me, that is also fine. Right here, I just need to click Thunderbolt. I need to get off good damage on this thing, and I need to play it safe. I do not care about differential right here. I just care about the win. So, I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt and kill Mesprit. And that's a little depressing, watching Mesprit die, because I love Mesprit so much. And now, if he goes into Scizor, I should outspeed it, and I can kill it with a Flamethrower. Or, if he goes into Jellicent, I can do a lot of damage to it with a Thunderbolt. So he's going to go for the bullet punch. It does not kill me, in fact, and I get to just kill it with a flamethrower. And that is 2 kills in a row for Electros, which is very nice. So now his last mon is Jellicent, and all I need to do is get off 1 Thunderbolt on it, and then he is instantly in range of Choice Banded Thunder Punch. So I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, get off a lot of damage, as he's actually going to recover right here, which was a very good move on his part, because I'm going to die to Toxic, and he didn't really lose much from it. However, I did the calc. Scald cannot kill me because I am not a naive nature, so I can go right into my Infernape, my Dave Fernape, and I get to click Choice Banded Thunder Punch and do 68%. He is not physically defensive, so that means I get to live this Scald with 12%, and I'm going to get to win this game by clicking 1 more Choice Banded Thunder Punch. So, the Baltimore Braviarys come out with a 3-0 victory against the Parasect Germain and Shroom Raver. This is a game that I'm not happy about winning, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. Because Shroom is a fantastic friend, I know how it feels to lose basically only due to hacks, and I would never wish that on Shroom. So, while we did get the win, I feel like I got a very dirty win, and I do not like it. I now feel like if I'm going to not get relegated, I'm only going to be saved because of hacks, and that is less than ideal. But you know, this is Pokemon. It's the game we play. That does not stop the fact that I feel really bad about him missing those 3 Hurricanes. So, Shroom, if you are watching this, I am truly sorry that you missed those Hurricanes. I know it really affected the game. I'm not going to be one of those people that sat there and said, well, I could have gone for Choice Band and Mach Punch and killed. No, those kills, those Hurricane misses mattered like crazy. So, I feel really bad about it, and I'm sorry. However, we have 1 more game to play, and I'm really excited to be bringing you guys that game because it was an amazing game, and I hope that you guys are excited for it. However, before I upload that game, I want you guys to go over to Shroom's channel. I want you guys to subscribe. I want you guys to show him all the love that you guys showed me, because it's absolutely awesome knowing that you guys are so supportive of me, even when I'm really down in the dumps about my team. Overall, though, this game was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to battle Shroom. I will. This is the one that's going up second, so this is the second game in one day that I had against Shroom. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Also leave a comment as to whether or not you think that we will stay above relegation after this win. I sure hope we do. I won't know for about another week or so. So that's that. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.